This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet lovers. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Best Bets for Pets. Today, we're going to talk about CBD. Yeah, I know, we've talked about it before, but this company has certified organic CBD. They believe in transparency, and they have a range of treats and oils, great stuff for your cat or dog. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here, your host on Best Bets for Pets and Catitude. Ben and Jerry's has frozen treats for dogs. I know Nikki is going to love this. He loves a frozen treat. They have two different flavors. One is Punch's Mix, which is peanut butter and pretzel, and the other one is Rosie's Batch, which is pumpkin and mini cookies. You know, I kind of like both of those flavors too, but my absolute favorite is fish food. Anything Ben & Jerry's is always fabulous because the quality is so good and their mixes are so delicious. Be sure to check out more about these frozen dog desserts as well as pictures of all the caniners at the Ben & Jerry's Vermont office at benjerry.com. That's BENJERRY.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce Caleb Gilmore. He is the co-founder and president of Suzie's CBD Treats. Welcome, Caleb.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
I'm thrilled to have you on. Now, we've talked about CBD on Best Bets for Pets before. But, you know, usually a company might have oils or a treat or something, but not to the extent of what Suzie's CBD is all about. Because you guys are organic, you believe in transparency, you have a third party analyze your product. You really, you know, are fully thorough in making sure that your product stands up to what you want it to stand up to. So tell us a little bit about how that came to be. Why did you go to all these lengths to make sure that your product was organic and perfect for your pooch?
Well, we started using CBD on ourselves and noticed what an impact it had. And we naturally started introducing it into our pets' diets. And when me and my co-founding partner, Richard, looked at the market, we saw a lack of high quality products with transparency that were affordable. And it really looked like there was a gap in the market for making products that were consumer-based instead of trying to take advantage of the situation that were made to help animals. So we jumped in and tried to make a high-quality, effective product that we could charge a fair price for and started knocking on doors around Denver, where we're based out of, and it's all snowballed from there.
So let's go back a little bit talk about just CBD, because even after, I think it's been in the marketplace now, 3-4 years?
Yeah, even maybe a little longer.
Yeah, maybe, right. Maybe, let's say 5. Good round number 5. But there's still misconceptions. I hear all the time, you know, people say, well, you know, my dog's going to get high from that, or my cat's going to get high, or it sounds silly even saying that, but people do believe that. There are misconceptions. So tell us basically what CBD is.
So CBD is another cannabinoid, just like THC is. THC is primarily found in marijuana, and it is what gets you high. And CBD is found in hemp as well as marijuana, and it's got more of the therapeutic effect benefits such as pain relief. You know, it supports calming anxiety. So it's got some of the health benefits without the psychoactive effects.
Does the THC need to be a certain level to make sure you don't have the
psychoactive? Yeah, the federal government has set the legal limit of THC that you're allowed to have in a product as 0.3%. Our products have about 10 times less than that, but there are trace amounts, and that's normal in what's called a full spectrum product, where the full spectrum of cannabinoids are present in the products. And that means that all of the natural substances that are in the hemp plant are also in the extract that we infuse into our products, because it's minimally processed and it's as close as it can be to the natural product.
Great explanation. So let's talk about transparency. That's something I've been hearing the last couple of years in pet products, whether it's food, treats, any kind of, mostly food and treats. Why is that important for your product?
So transparency is huge in any product, but especially when they're dealing with something like CBD. It's a little bit new. It's a little bit confusing for people. There's some misconceptions. There are some things you need to be careful of. So transparency and education have always been fundamental to our products, because we knew that if we're going to be in a niche market like CBD, people need to know that they can trust what they're getting and that it is as it's advertised, and that there's not too much THC in there, and that the CBD advertised is present. Because when you're entering a new segment of the market, people's first impressions can influence how they feel about it moving forward. And a lot of the products that were out there were mislabeled and they were misrepresented. And so we knew it was important for us to come out with a product that was straightforward and transparent. And for us, what transparent means is that we send every batch of our products to a third-party lab to test and verify that the CBD that we're trying to infuse in the product is dosed accurately, and that a consumer can feel confident knowing that they're getting what they're paying for based on a third-party lab telling them that we have tested and checked this, and these are available on our website. And it's important to use a third-party lab versus in-house testing, because if you're testing in-house, you are just saying that we have what we say we're having, and using a third party takes it out of your hands and shows that we're willing to take the extra step and spend the extra dollar to make sure that somebody outside of our organization verifies that we're doing what we're saying we are.
Right. And it definitely proves the validity of your product.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about dosage. And for some reason, thinking about dosage, it almost reminds me of homeopathic methods, where you put the pill and it's under your tongue and so forth for humans, for us two-legged people. And I know that CBD is dosaged for humans as well as pets. But let's talk about dosage, because I think that's the biggest scare for pet parents. And you don't want to overdose. You want to be sure that you're not going to hurt your pet. If you overdose, what's going to happen? So how do you know what to do with dosage?
So yeah, that's one of the questions we get most frequently. And it's a valid question, and it's a good thing to be wary of, because there really is no single answer for all animals, because animals' metabolisms are different and they can react to the CBD different. So what we do is we recommend 1 milligram of CBD per 10 pounds that your animal weighs. Our standard treats have 4 milligrams in there. So we figured, kind of an average sized dog is maybe 30 to 40 pounds. They can have a full treat a day. And a smaller animal can take half of a treat. We also have treats that are smaller, dosed at 2 milligrams. We also came out with this really helpful dosing guide a few years ago, and that breaks down how all of the tinctures that we have, the liquid CBD droppers, how many milligrams are in every milliliter, which is the volumetric measurement in the pipettes. And it shows you that if you pull up a half a milliliter, and these are graduated on the droppers, of our 250 milligram, it'll give you 4.2 milligrams. So we're really trying to help people understand how the dosing works through the product that they're purchasing. And it's a really common question, and it's a really good question. And so we recommend people start with 1 milligram per 10 pounds and watch their animals and adjust from there. And that's a pretty conservative place to start. But we think it's better to start low and potentially increase based on the results rather than starting too high. Also, touching on what you mentioned about, fears of overdosing, based on the THC percentage in our product, even if an animal were to get into an entire bag of treats, there would be no adverse reactions. Maybe their stomach might feel a little funny, but there's no risk of overdosing on Suzie's products. And we've seen that with our own animals who have helped themselves to full bags, and we haven't had any negative reactions yet. So you can feel safe about that.
That is great information. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back and talk with you more about Suzie CBD treats. We'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There's no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, radio.com, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Caleb. He is the co-founder and president of Suzie CBD treats that are certified organic. So, Caleb, we're just talking about dosage, and you were talking about, the fear and this and that. And I find that the emails I get and so forth, the biggest, it still seems to be a fear. Can you explain it to what it would be like for, a human, for us two-legged, like an analogy, so people can really get it and be, relaxed about the fear and really understand the benefits of using CBD for their pets?
Yeah. So I think the fear of getting your pet high is natural and there's misconceptions, but really we akin it to just a natural, holistic way to approach being able to provide relief for your animal. And there's nothing to be afraid of in terms of adverse reactions. And the worst case scenario is that it might not help as much as you need it to. So when people are looking at prescriptions that their vets are recommending, then, they can consider CBD as an option of a more natural, maybe a more cost-effective way to mitigate pain or anxiety. And I think it's a nice place to start. And in severe ailments, then prescriptions might be exactly what you need. But there should be nothing to be afraid of in terms of them overdosing or making a situation worse. It's a nice place to start in terms of this is a natural way, non-prescription, to give this a shot at helping. And if it helps, then that's great. And if it doesn't help, maybe we need to try a little bit more, or maybe we do need to look into a more serious option. But there shouldn't be fears in terms of trying it, but that's something that we've worked hard to address through education over the last 4 to 5 years. And it's something that the whole industry has been trying to address in terms of education, because there's still this stigma around the category.
Exactly. And would it be, I'm trying to think of a great way to explain it to people. From what I know, which is not, of course, as much as but I'm thinking it'd be similar to like a human. Instead of taking, something for sleeping at night, they might take melatonin, which is more natural than, say, a sleeping pill. So
Sure.
Kind of on those levels, I'm not using CBD as an example, just to give people an idea. So melatonin's generally better for your body, or valerian, all of those help with sleep versus taking a sleeping pill.
Absolutely. And I would just akin it to, the prescriptions your doctor might have versus more homeopathic remedies that maybe your grandparents might have passed down. And, it's more natural. It's from the earth. It's natural. It is lightly processed. And instead of it being come up with in a pharmaceutical laboratory, it's something that grew out of the planet. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. And I know, turmeric is something that people often use for anti-inflammatories. And there's all kinds of things that people often like to resort to that is a little closer to home than the doctor's office. And it's just the same for your pet as it is for yourself.
That's, again, great info. Let's talk about the different products you have, and then we'll talk about how long it might take for you to see some results on your pet. I personally think one of the greatest benefits of CBD is for a pet that's anxious. That happens so much to, pet families when there's 2 or more. I have 2 cats. They're sisters from different litters. They don't get along. I'm try working with them with the CBD, and hopefully that will help, because it's just crazy. So what do you think as far as once you start, how long would you expect to see the results? In a week, immediately, a couple months?
So it's hard to give an exact answer because like I said, every animal is different and they react to it a little bit differently. But really consistent dosing and continual use really helps. And we find that splitting the dose between the morning and the afternoon is a nice way to keep it in their system at a regular regimen. And if you introduce it into your pet's diet kind of regularly over the course of a week, we would think it's fair to expect to see some kind of reaction or some kind of benefit showing within about a week of starting to use the products.
I gave my opinion, but I want to know from you, because you're the expert, what do people tend to use CBD most for with their pets?
So certainly arthritis and pain and general mobility in aging pets was something we started out for. And it's still one of the things that we see a majority of our customers purchasing products for. But anxiety has been a major part of the ailments that people use our stuff for. And that is something that affects a wide age range of animals. And not just older animals, but younger animals are affected with this, whether it's situational anxiety in regards of storms or vet appointments, or if it's more, daily anxiety regarding separation when your parents go to work. That's been a huge one. And calming your animals down. We all know that our animals can get stressed just like we do, and different things trigger it than in our lives, but it's there. And this has been a major help for people to try and keep their pets calmer and less ridden with stress through different events throughout their lives. So I'd say arthritis and pain and anxiety are some of the main things that people use our things for.
As you're talking, I'm thinking anxiety, and that manifests itself in so many different situations. But I think anxiety, especially for cats, is the main reason that cats get brought to shelter, where
Sure.
The owners can't deal with it anymore. So I definitely see long-term, just once it's more mainstream, long-term results that would be so beneficial in so many situations.
Absolutely. That kind of dovetails into something we started right from the inception of our company. We have what's called our Suzie's to the Rescue initiative, and we knew we wanted to give back to animals in need and specifically to animal shelters across the country. One thing we started in Colorado and we're spreading across the nation is this initiative to donate sample bags of our CBD products to these shelters, and they're given away when an animal is adopted to their new home. And that helps ease the anxiety as they move from a shelter to a new home, which can be a stressful experience. And we've seen it drastically reduce the amount of animals who are returned to shelters based on behavioral issues they might face when they're in a new environment. And then also the products are sold at the shelter so that the new parents can purchase them again from the shelter. So it helps bring in revenue to the animal shelters as well as reduce the amount of returned animals. And it's been an amazing success and really helped animals find some calm as they enter in a transitionary phase of their life and into new homes. So that's been something we're really proud of, and we're happy to be able to continue to expand. And a cornerstone of the company is helping animals who need it, whether or not they're in affluent homes or not. Animals across the country need these products, and we're happy to be able to provide them.
Well, I think that's great what you do, because I think it's one of the at least top 3 reasons that pets are returned to shelters. And it's because of either ignorance on the potential pet parent as far as their expectations, or just the stress. New little cat is just stressed out. So I think it's fabulous. Let's talk about, you have a lot of products, and a lot of them are, I think maybe all are human grade. Besides treats, you have oils, you have peanut butter, you have food.
Yeah, we've got a whole slew.
What's your favorite? Have you tried any?
Oh, I've tried them all. I mean, they're all wonderful. The thing I take the most often is the tincture, because it's the most potent and the most efficient way to bring CBD into your body. The treats have always been a favorite of mine, though, just because they're kind of our bread and butter. And it's what a lot of people like to start with, because it's easy to wrap your head around giving your dog a treat, which you're already used to, or your cat, that's infused with CBD. The peanut butter is really delicious, and that's a favorite at trade shows that we like to give away on little taster sticks. I'm a rock climber, and I have a lot of calluses on my hands, and the topical product we make is really wonderful for humans as well. And we also make products for horses, and our equine line the treats we make for horses are made with organic dried apples and organic dried carrots and rolled oats and molasses. And those are probably some of the tastiest and sweetest products we make. And those we like to dunk in our coffee and eat. So we've tried them all. Everything we make, we've tried on ourselves first before giving it to our pets. And we're really proud to feel comfortable to test our products on ourselves before we bring them to market, because we know they're safe and we know that who better to try something than yourself before you give it to your animal. So that's kind of our MO when it comes to product development.
And they're human grade. I was looking at the peanut butter sample, and thank you for the samples. The peanut butter sample,
of course.
Peanut butter, CBD, and safflower oil. That's it.
Yeah, really lean formulas. And we have strong relationships with our vendors. So the peanut butter is made with organic peanuts from a small family-owned company in Missouri. And before we infuse it with the peanut butter, it's really high quality in our warehouse. And we often, take the remnants of the batch and bring it to the break room and mix it with our bananas for lunch. And when it's infused with the CBD, nothing really changes except that it's got some therapeutic benefits. And yeah, we try to keep the formulas lean and healthy and simple, effective, so the animals like them and it's easy to make and it's got a clean recipe with ingredients that people can recognize, and they don't have crazy long names and syllables and all these things that you've never heard of before.
Right. And it's made in Colorado. So if it's made in Colorado, which is the most beautiful place, so I'll have to say one of, but it's in the top 5 beautiful states. It's gorgeous. So if it's from Colorado and you guys are known as, being all natural and, earthy and all of that, sure, it has to be fabulous, right?
Absolutely. We're proud to be from a state that's very, progressive, and it was progressive on the marijuana front of things. It's progressive in the hemp industry, and it's just natural that, it's a very dog friendly state. It's my home state. So it's natural that we want to make a product that's natural and fits the energy and the vibes that our state is proud to give off. And we love our state. We love the earth. We love our animals. And we try and show that through the products that we make.
Okay, now we've talked all about your products and everything. People are listening. They're probably thinking, where can I get it? So where can people buy Suzie's CBD treats?
So we're proud to be carried in independent pet stores across the country. We are distributed from coast to coast. We have some strongholds, but all of our stores can be seen on our website, suziespettreats.com. We have a store locator where you can plug in your zip code and find a local pet store near you. And we also sell directly through our website. So if there's not a store that's convenient, or if you're not comfortable visiting stores yet, you can purchase online and we'll deliver anywhere in the country for a flat fee of $5.95. We ship in one day, doing our best to keep up with the big boys. And our customer service team is incredible. If you have any questions, there's a real person on the other side of the phone to help you out with any step of the way. So we really are trying to make it a comfortable purchasing experience, be a supportive, educational resource for people, and just help out. And even if it's not our products you end up buying, we want to make sure you're getting a safe product for your animal and you feel more educated about the CBD industry than before, maybe.
Okay, and the website?
It's suziespettreats.com.
Okay, suziespettreats.com. And if you're listening and driving or exercising, you can always go to the page for this episode on PetLifeRadio.com under the Best Bets for Pets show pages, and there'll be information and a link to the website. Caleb, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and sharing all about Suzie's CBD treats. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show. And, I know we've talked about CBD before, but I really love Suzie's CBD treats and oils. And I love that they're organic and very transparent. They're human grade. I think Caleb gave us a wealth of information. So if you've been tentative before to try CBD, this is the time. I would definitely recommend Suzie's CBD treats and oils. And again, you can find the website on this episode page on PetLifeRadio.com. I want to thank my guest for coming on Best Bets for Pets. Thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. Special thanks to my crew that tested Suzie's CBD treats and oils, which was Nikki and Charlotte, Molly, Dennis, Jethro, and Sammy. And I want to share, Charlotte and Molly don't get along, but I've been giving them Suzie CBD treats for about a week now. I definitely see Molly mellowing out some. So I'm just so ecstatic that I'm seeing a change. Anyways, thank you so much, my audience. Thank you so much for listening to Best Bets for Pets. And stay tuned. We always have some great products coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.